What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of History Behind the Horror. I'm your host Tay, and for tonight's video I will be telling you guys the story of Torque from The Suffering and or The Suffering Ties That Bond. Make sure you guys hit the like button and also make sure you guys hit the bell button next to the subscribe button if you haven't already to stay informed when a new video is released. With that being said, thank you guys so much for coming by tonight, and I hope you all enjoy the video. Appearance. Torque is a tall, muscular man of mixed race whom lives in Baltimore, Maryland. His distinguishing features are his mutton chops and heavy build, which mark him out as somewhat of an imposing figure. His typical clothing is unknown, as he is only seen in a vest and pants as a result of incarceration in a prison. When in Eastern State Penitentiary, he wears a vest and blue jeans during the opening scenes of Ties That Bond, implying that this is his usual attire. In a bot, he wears a prison vest and pants where the pants are orange with a black stripe on the left leg. The vest bears his inmate number 16229A, and he wears this outfit throughout the two games. When playing through the games with a good morality, Torque's body and clothes remain clean and his skin looks healthy. Interestingly, Torque's physical appearance changes depending on the player's morality throughout the two games. When neutral, his skin and clothes will look torn and dirty, and numerous veins will stand out on his chest and arms. When evil, Torque will look almost corpse-like in appearance with gray-green skin, huge open wounds on his arms and body, discolored and ragged clothes, and dark, sinister eyes. As morality changes, his appearance changes also. Another reflection of morality is the picture he keeps of Carmen, Corey, and Malcolm, which will be clean with good morality and dirty, crumpled, and stained with blood as Torque does evil deeds. In the bonus material of The Suffering, Surreal Software claimed that they designed Torque so he did not look like he was from any race and was almost Neanderthal in appearance. Nonetheless, there are numerous hints that Torque is of a mixed race in the game. His children and wife are black, and Copperfield suggests during the fight that he may have been hired to find Torque's great-grandparents in the past. Childhood. Torque's story starts in the Garvey Children's Home, where he was placed a few years after his birth on March 12, 1974. He receives significant bullying from other children at the home and makes an imaginary friend named Blackmore, and soon starts reliving visits from Blackmore, an alternate personality. Adulthood. When Torque leaves the orphanage as an adult, Blackmore starts to take over through blackouts that took place at least once a week. In his life, another personality surfaces, the Creature. He meets Miles, his best friend, and one of the few people he talks to. He also meets his wife Carmen in a gazebo. They marry and make a family, much to the dismay of Blackmore. Torque, being strict, occasionally beats Corey. Blackmore, with his knowledge, hires a thug to sell him rock and later gives him instructions on how to put Torque and Miles in jail. Neutral. Blackmore hired the thug to provoke Torque. Good. The plan involved provoking Torque into using the Creature and killing the thug. It was likely this part of the plan was kept secret from the thug so that the plan would succeed. While in jail, Torque fights more thugs sent by Blackmore during a riot and learns that Carmen divorced him in fear of Corey's upbringing. Sometime after his release, Blackmore caused the death of his family with the use of a hitman. Good. Thanks to Corey, who was under the influence of rock. Neutral, or kills them himself during a blackout. Evil. If there was a good ending, then Torque will have clean hands. If there was a neutral ending, Torque would have only blood on one hand. If there was an evil ending, Torque would have blood on both hands. Carnate. The murder sent him to Carnate Island, where his real adventure begins. Upon arriving, a small fight happens and Torque is successful in defending himself. He is escorted to his cell by Ernesto and another guard, and a few seconds after arriving in the cell, an earthquake happens and the monsters are unleashed. He is freed from his cell, and finding his own weathers along the way, he meets other survivors, and depending on the player, Torque will help or kill them.
How many times have I done this, and I still hate it?
I swear, Abbott's full enough already.
At least when you escort an inmate to death row, you know he's scheduled to get what he deserves.
Ernesto, you can really be a jackass, you know that?
But you hear what this one did?
I don't want to know, and you know
He beat his ex-wife to a bloody pulp. Killed her with his fists.
Look, I said I didn't...
Then he drowned one son in the tub and threw the other out a window. Don't ask me to cry for him.
Whew.
Inmate, is this true?
Oh, he won't say. Claims he blacked the whole thing out. A likely story. The needle's too good for him. Filthy inmate. They should all die.
Willie's bed isn't even cold yet, and already they brought in a new guy.
I heard he killed his old lady and kids. Sick motherfucker.
Be quiet, you jerry-curled fool. Don't you know who that is?
Why should I?
That's Torque, the man himself. Word is he shivved half the Aryan Brotherhood over at Easton.
So fucking what? I can understand a guy killing his old lady, but he popped his kids too. Motherfucker deserves to be strapped down and dosed.
You believe what the COs tell you, Slick? You don't know shit about the man. I'm telling you, what I heard, he's all right.
That cocksucker's not going to be all right for long if he's in the row with the rest of us short-timers.
Shut your cracker ass, Goose. Man's due respect. You show him respect.
I decide who I respect, shit boy. Don't you go telling
Quiet
me.
down in there. Some of you want to go back on the loaf? I didn't think so.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Neighbor. Nice to meet you. My name's Floyd. How long you got to get turned on the table, huh? You all out of appeals? Your lawyer fuck you? I read about your trial. They got no witnesses, all circumstantial evidence. No one knows what really happened but you. But you can't remember a thing, is that right?
Best not to listen to him talk. Floyd's a degenerate parasite. They should have slapped the cuffs on him coming out of his mama's
At least
tongue.
I know Jesus is with me, man. Whatever I've done, the Reverend says Jesus has forgiven me.
Will you shut the fuck up, you baby-raping, sodomizing sack of shit?
I was just asking the man a question, Goose. Whoa!
What the fuck is this shit?
It's an earthquake. What the hell's going on?
The end times.
CO, you gotta let us out. We're still humans, man.
The whole
we got
fucking
rights.
place is coming down.
Sweet Jesus, what the hell was that?
Slick, you okay,
Is the
man?
prison collapsing? Are we sinking into the ocean? CO! CO! What the hell's going on?
Slick, what in the fuck just happened? Slick! Slick! Goose, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. And it wasn't me, if that's what you're thinking. I didn't touch that.
What was that? Goose?
Give us this day our daily bread.
For fuck's
Forgive us
sake,
our
what's
trespasses,
going
as
on?
we forgive those who trespass against us.
That was close. I thought we were done for. We gotta get out of this shit can before it collapses. Shit. There's something in here. It's in here! Help me! No!
He also meets Carnate's most famous residents, the deprived psychologist Dr. Killjoy, the former executioner Hermes, and the murderer Horace. Torque is continually confronted by vision of his deceased family, and depending on the player's actions, they'll either forgive him because it wasn't him who murdered them, or blame him for their troubles because it was him. After facing his inner demon, himself, and a monster born of his hatred, Torque will be found by a rescue boat that was called by Luther, unless he dies earlier, though his fate past this point is dependent on what his family thinks of him. Depending on his actions, Torque will: good morality, escape and the driver tells him he will get a new trial. Neutral morality, knock out the driver and escape. Evil morality, become overwhelmed by his inner demon, kill the driver, and run back into the island. Returning to Baltimore. Torque escapes Carnate Island and attempts to return to his home city of Baltimore, but instead gets captured by a mysterious paramilitary organization known as the Foundation. The apparent leader of the Foundation is a woman named Jordan who wants to study Torque and his connections with the malefactors, the creatures that appeared when he was sent to Carnate. Torque manages to escape from his captors and is prompted by a ghost of his dead wife Carmen to return to his apartment and investigate the death of his family. Also, much to his shock, it seems that the horrible malefactors that have brought Carnate to ruin follow him to the mainland to continue their spree of murder and chaos, feeding upon the dark and ancient history of the city to grow strong. Torque makes his way through the city and, again depending on the player, will either save or kill other survivors, and under the questionable guidance of Dr. Killjoy, who wants to help Torque understand his mental state and his past, will learn how to use the creature to his better advantage. There are 3 possible endings depending on the morality of the player. Evil. Torque is completely overcome by Blackmore, who takes total control of Torque's personality. After this, it is revealed that Jordan and Blackmore have agreed upon a pact to destroy Torque's personality completely. Neutral. Torque and Blackmore are unable to overpower one another and remain in their current state of opposition. In the end, Blackmore reveals that Corey killed Malcolm, then himself, in revenge for Torque beating him all the time. Good. Torque eliminates Blackmore's presence from his mind. Carmen's ghost thanks Torque for walking the right path and will kiss Torque. Torque's backstory changes depending on the in-game morality and the way you started the game. Good, neutral, and evil. Good. Blackmore told his thugs to scare Torque's family, but they ended up killing them due to a misinterpretation. Good, neutral. Blackmore told his thugs to scare Torque's family, but they ended up killing them due to a misinterpretation. Good, evil. Torque himself hired Blackmore's men to kill his family because he thought that they were holding him back, but he was caught at the scene of the crime. Neutral, good. Blackmore hired one of his thugs to sell Corey rock under the promise that it would make him a big man. After seeing Torque accidentally kill Carmen, Corey goes into a drug-induced fury and kills Malcolm and himself. Neutral. Blackmore hired one of his thugs to sell Corey rock under the promise that it would make him a big man. After seeing Torque accidentally kill Carmen, Corey goes into a drug-induced fury and kills Malcolm and himself. Evil. After seeing Torque accidentally kill Carmen, Corey goes insane and kills Malcolm and himself in revenge for Torque always beating him. Evil good. Blackmore forged divorce papers to convince Torque that Carmen was cheating on him and was getting a divorce. Torque went into a fury and killed them all. Evil neutral. Blackmore forged divorce papers to convince Torque that Carmen was cheating on him and was getting a divorce. Torque went into a fury and killed them all. Evil. Torque decides that his family is holding him back and decides to murder them to gain freedom. When asked by Blackmore why he wants to kill them, he said, "Do I need a reason? They're holding me back." Name Torque. Gender male. Species human/creature. Age 31. Relationships: Carmen wife, Corey older son, Malcolm younger son, Miles best friend, Dr. Killjoy doctor, Blackmore rival. Status: alive. And that ends yet another episode of History Behind the Horror. If you guys enjoyed this video tonight, please make sure you hit the like button and you guys share it, and make sure you guys hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you get notified when a new video is released, and make sure you guys subscribe because we got new things coming out very soon that I'm sure you all wouldn't want to miss. With that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, and I hope to see you on another episode of History Behind the Horror.